All right, so I started recording. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining this call. Good evening, Panchak. Good evening, John. Good evening, David, Joshua, and Amit. I can call out everyone because we are not even up to 10. So, hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes,
All right, you
clearly.
guys did not say anything.
Loud
All
and
right,
clear.
all right, that's good. That's good. So we're starting now. Good evening,
Evening.
everyone. Yeah, thank you. My name is Zainab Karim, and I'm a Microsoft Lens Student Ambassadors. Okay, I'm a beta Microsoft Lens Student Ambassadors, and I'm excited to be here. Even though the turn up is like really low, I was really pumped for this event, but we are going to carry on anyways. So first off, I would like to introduce our speakers, which is Panshak from University of Jos, and John or David from Uniben. So hi David, and hi Panchak.
Hello, Zainab. Good evening, everyone. Good to be here.
Yeah. Hi David, can you hear me? You've not said the word. Hi David, are you there? I do not think David is there, or if he can hear me.
I think it's
We'll just
network.
Hello.
It's not
Yeah,
muted.
yeah.
okay. I think it's his network.
Oh,
You can
okay.
continue.
Yeah. Hi guys, can you hear me? My network was fluctuating.
Yeah, we can hear you. Please proceed.
All right. Thank you. So welcome everyone. So first off, before we dive into the main program, I would like to give an overview of, you know, this event so we can know what to expect and what is to come. So first off, we're going to like give the floor to our amazing speakers, Panshak and David. After that, we'll have a little bit of community engagement. We'll talk about what the community has in store for you, the opportunities for involvement and growth in the community. So first off, I would like to give who is that person? Okay. I'd like to pass over the mic to Panchak to say a few things about the importance of community, the importance of active participation in community, because as we all know, the engagement in our school community, University of Ilorin, it has been really, really low. So the purpose of this event, is just to like spark that or ignites that fire in us so that we can all start participating in our communities activities and everything. So Panchak, what are the advantages or the things to achieve, or no, not achieve, the things to gain from active community engagement? Because I know you have like a community in your school. So can you tell us a bit about how the engagement has been and what you personally have gained from being active in your community and what your community members have gained from being active? Over to you, Panchak.
All right. Zena, thank you for this privilege. I believe we're all community members, one way or the other, and I'm quite glad. So I also want to ask before I proceed, how long do I have to answer the questions so that I will know? Because I believe it's going to be more like maybe a chat between me, you, and then David, so that we could just spark the
Yes. Yeah.
community. Yeah. So I think I should have about a
Um,
minute, right?
yeah, you do.
Yeah, so that I
Can
could
just
actually
go
because I
on and on. Yeah.
yeah, because I talk a lot. So, but in any case, good evening, everyone. Good day. Let me do well to introduce myself. My name is Panshak Jeremiah Koproda. I am a Gold Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador from the University of Jos. Actually a passionate public speaker. I am Microsoft certified. I'm going for my Microsoft certificate. I'm going for Microsoft being a Microsoft certified trainer very soon. And hosted a couple of events. I have been a speaker at 19 now high impact events because I'm keeping count, to be honest. So it has
Whoop,
mostly
whoop.
it's about yeah, that's mostly it about me. So I am super excited to talk about community because community is what has really brought me here. Now, I will say that one of the first benefits you have about community is that you get to have family, right? So it's not really the traditional thing we expect from having a community. And I feel that one of the reasons why people will not understand what community is because first and foremost, they don't understand its purpose. Whatever thing you do, if you are in any active community, you will understand that one of the first things you have is family. And one of the reasons why you might see a decline in community activities is because I believe that there's an increase in antisocial activities. People are not as sociable as they were before. There's this thing called individualism that is actually growing right now, and everybody wants to stay in his home and do his thing. And we are becoming less social, even though we are more on social media. We are channeling our social energy towards social media. So you are much more prompt, much more polite, much more likely to chat with a friend you've never met online than you are to meet someone physically. And I'm not saying that's wrong. Most of the communities are also virtual, right? But I believe that one of the very first things about community that you get to benefit is family. The second thing you get to benefit is mentorship, right? I will always tell people this. If you're starting out on a tech career journey, find yourself a mentor, right? It might not be, he or she might not be someone who is really ahead. Most of these people are too busy. But find someone to learn with. I will now give you an instance with something we did when we were like in just 2 that I didn't realize that it was a sense of community, right? So in my early days in growing up, I loved PlayStation a lot. So growing up, I had to play PlayStation, and one of the things we did was that we went in as friends. So I was able to, should I say, grow my skill in the playing of PlayStation because first and foremost, I found myself a fellow novice to go with, and then within the novice arena that we had other people that were doing well ahead of us. You understand? So someone said that transformation is easier when there's a reference, right? So that's what community affords you, right? And we're going to get to a part where we talk about leaders in communities and everything. But that's basically what community does for you. You need to see people in your community as your friends. You need to see them as family. And I'll be very honest with you. I would say this even though you've not asked the question. And one of the things I will tell you to do to foster community is to not just go about just business, right? Make it fun. If you enjoy what you do, they say you actually don't work a day. And there's this saying I have that if you love what it's either you love what you do or you do what you love. Not everybody has the privilege to do what they love. So you have the opportunity, you have to make it that you love what you do exactly. So I think that's it. That's the benefits I feel community has. And lastly, opportunities, right? So we were having this discussion with my classmate who is a backend engineer, And he was like, when opportunities come, what does he do first? He said, first and foremost, he checks his inner circle. Who within my inner circle can actually benefit from that, right? Then he said when he's done with that, then he now goes to our WhatsApp group for people in our set because we're computer scientists. Then when he discovered that there's nobody there, then maybe he probably puts it on his status. And then when there's nobody in his status, then he goes to the general social media. So mentally, anytime I see jobs out there, right? When I see jobs to tell people to apply online, I begin to wonder. I mean, there has to be a system that actually helps with this, right? So community also helps with referral. So even though you're in the Microsoft community, but you're good at graphic design, you know, those kind of things are those kind of, I mean, if someone says your network is your net worth, you might not know who is within your community and what he knows or who he knows, you know, and then referrals will come from there. So I believe that that's the those are the benefits you get actually by being part of a community. I don't know if I've done justice to that question, Jaina. Hello guys, are we together?
Yes, you have. Thank you so much, Mashak,
Yeah,
for answering that question. You've said a lot. But one thing that I'm like going to pick is where you said we should take people in our community as our friends and family. I feel like
yeah,
community should be a place where you can, feel free, to say stuff, share what you are building, and also communicate and engage with other people. Thank you
yeah. So
so much for
yes,
that.
I wanted to mention something.
Mhm.
Sorry, about community, right? You need to see what other people are doing to really spur you, because I believe everybody here I can attest to the fact that you'll be like, I'll build a project this week, I'll build a project this week, or I'll start
Mhm.
going for that certification this week, I'll start going for that certification. All of a
Mhm.
sudden, you then realize that, wait, I didn't do this thing, oh, but immediately you see someone post it online or he shares it with you, you get motivated. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
Yeah, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
and when you encounter problems, it's people in your community that will help you.
Yeah.
You find it very difficult for a stranger somewhere on Twitter to just decide to start helping you. I remember when I was writing one of my certifications and I had an issue. I had to call someone from my community. He's also a fellow Gold Microsoft Trader and ambassador. And I was having an issue with Pearson View. When I wrote my very first exam, he was the one that helped me set up
Mm.
my Power Platform Fundamentals. I think I used his computer also. So our community lead had like a hub where we had it. So when I was looking for a quiet place to write my exam, they were all there, and when I passed, everybody was so happy. So these are kind of things that are part of the ingredients that really spur us to really do what we do and get to where we are.
Thank you so much for that, Pansha. And one thing about community is, when the connection is not there, you will not just be able to just go into like the community and ask for help. So I feel like
Yeah,
when there is like a connection with you and your community members, you feel free to like ask them for help when you need help with anything. Because I know of a scenario. There was this Twitter certification stuff going on where someone tweeted that is going to be giving a particular number of people the access to write a particular certification. And I know people that started running it as started posting the link to their write-up or to their tweet so that people can retweet and like, but then they were not getting the engagement they wanted because there is
yeah,
no connection. Yes, if you
absolutely.
had been like, yes, if you had been like, connecting with your community people, when interesting topics are being discussed on the group, you are saying something. Situations like that, people will turn up for you. But at the end of the day, he was not getting that engagement and he lost it. And I was like, this is the kind of things we say. If you had like built a connection, you might have probably gotten this. So thank you very much for that insight, Pansha. David,
You're
are
welcome.
you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, David.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Zainab. I'm
So
sorry
good to hear your
for
voice.
joining late. I was trying to join and my network was giving me problems. I'm happy to be here now.
So did you hear the questions I asked Panshak, or should I go over them again?
You can ask again. That'll be
All
sure.
right. Okay, so David, we are talking about community engagements, the opportunities and the benefits of participating in communities. So the question is, how exactly have you benefited from participating in your school's community? Or if not you, how are your community members and benefiting from participating in the school's community? Let's say there's an event, they're turning up on a group, everybody's interacting with each other. What are the ways that you or your community members have benefited from this kind of interactions?
Okay. This is a very nice question. I'm from University of Nigeria, Nsukka, and I'll just answer it by giving a scenario, kind of story about a short story about myself. So back in 2017, or let me say 2018, that was within my under-level period. So I joined first year. When you join as a freshman, you meet a lot of people. Some of your friends might be people who are already in tech, really stuff. I was blank. When you talk about technology, I was blank. So what did I do? I started making friends. First of all, with my classmates. From there, I moved to connecting with people from other departments. So based on from our interactions, so I found out that some of them have started doing something for themselves in tech. Some of them were product designers, UI, UX designers, programmers, and the rest of them. So I was like, how do I come into this space? How do I learn a skill in tech? So we started attending tech events on campus. I can tell you that I attended, if I should give a number, it should be up to 30 tech events within my first, second year period. So that was where I was trying to find out where exactly do I fit in. Because when you talk about tech, it's very wide. Even if you mention a particular space, once you get into that space, it is still very wide. So those tech events I attended gave me the opportunity to know about different tech stacks, web development, networking, cybersecurity, and the rest of them. So it now gave me the opportunity to see, yes, if I go into this place, these are the job opportunities available. These are the opportunities I can get. These are the kind of people I can connect with. So from there, that was when I learned about this Microsoft Student Ambassador Program. That was what made me to apply. The only thing that attracted me, the one thing that attracted me to Microsoft Student Ambassador Program was their water bottle, to be honest.
I knew it. Sorry to cut you off. I knew it. You can continue. I
The
think
first
that
time
was
I,
what attracted most of this.
David, na swag carry you come MLSA.
honestly,
I knew it.
the first time
Oh
I
my
saw it,
God. Microsoft must not hear about this.
I'm going to report you.
the
You
first time
can
I
go
saw
ahead.
it, like I was like, where did you get this beautiful water bottle? Because it could it has a very nice design, and you can use it to store hot water for up to 3 days without it getting cold. So I learned about the program. I applied. So my classmate then, who was at that time, it was still called Microsoft Student Partners. So I asked about the requirements and the rest of them. I applied, and here I am. So talking about communities generally, it will give you the opportunity to meet people people you wouldn't ordinarily meet. Not that you wouldn't meet them another place, but being in a community gives you free access to people. It gives you free access to people that will help you solve one problem or the other. Also to mention, it is necessary that if you are joining a community, you should make sure that, let's assume you are not the community lead or the community manager. You should make sure that you are not the only, let me call it a host. When you talk about a host, there is something we also call a parasite. So let's make it that you are not the host in that community, which is like those other members of the communities are not tapping from you alone. So if that happens, the community will die down first. You will not gain anything because you are the only host there. So every other member of the community is getting information from you. You are not getting from them. So that's number one. Then being a member of a community will give you exposure. So like I said, if I hadn't made friends, the only community I knew back then was GDSC, Google Developer Student Circle. So they hosted most of these events I mentioned that I attended back then. So from there, we came up with MLSA community and several other communities we now have on campus. So it will give you the opportunity to network with people, give you exposure, something you wouldn't ordinarily get outside, you get it from your community. If there's a job update, the community will get the information first. If there's anything from any information being sent out, the community will likely get it first before it goes out. So that's it. Let me stop here for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, John. Or David. I know you as John. I don't know why I keep saying John. Thank you very much, David, for that. So that is just a few advantages of joining community. I love where you said you get to meet people that you do not ordinarily meet. That is like very, very true, because I have my own fair share of that. Because in this, trying to join MLSA and everything. And another thing is that I feel like it opens you up to opportunity, and it makes you do things that you would not ordinarily do. Because being the kind of person I am, I don't think I'm the kind of person that will just start texting people randomly on Twitter, telling them that I want to join MLS. I think that was how I met Panshak. I wanted to join the community, and I didn't even know how to apply. So I started texting people, oh, come and help me with this, come and help me with that. So I feel like joining communities is going to open you to do things that you would not ordinarily do and meet people that you would not ordinarily meet. Because I mean, why would I meet somebody working at Microsoft if not for being in the MLSA community? So that's about that. So okay. Hi, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, speak on. I can hear you.
Yeah, okay. I'm seeing chats on the chat room, and I'm seeing Ahmed said he wants the water bottle. Don't worry. When you apply to being an ambassador, you get the water bottle and access to a couple of stuffs. So apart from getting water bottle, Panshak and David, what are the other opportunities being an ambassador has opened you up to?
I believe this one will be a short one. No, but maybe David could just speak. You
Okay.
know, yeah. For me,
Hi, David.
David's my organ.
Okay. You are my Oga, or if David is your own Oga. This is your my Oga. Hi, David. Are you there?
Very good. I know be anybody or girl. Okay.
Right.
The benefits I've gotten from this program is it has been a lot actually. Sorry, hold
Mm.
on. Give me like
All right. David said to give him a few minutes, so I think I would just have to go first and say a few things about some of the benefits that I have gotten from being a Microsoft Lens Center ambassador. So, first off, access to Microsoft 365. Honestly, you guys have no idea how happy I am. Every time I'm working with Excel and I know I'm working with like the latest version of Excel, I'm very, very happy whenever I'm like doing that.
So
Sorry. So I'm actually very excited anytime I'm working with Excel and I know, okay, I'm working with like the latest version and all of that. And I've gotten to like collaborated with ambassadors from other schools, like I am right now with David and Panshak, and even people outside of the country, different universities where you can just get to like collaborate and then meet new people and a couple of stuff like that. So those are like some of the things I've like benefited from being an ambassador and some of the things that I'm actually excited about. So David, can you talk now? Hi David.
yeah.
Great.
Okay. Being an ambassador has exposed me to several opportunities and benefits. So first of all, I heard when you mentioned Microsoft 365. That is an amazing
Yes.
tool to behold, to have by anyone. So everything you are doing is integrated. You have Excel, Microsoft Word, PowerPoint,
Yeah.
Outlook Mail, and a lot of other things. So
Yes.
that's aside. I just want to let us know that Microsoft owns LinkedIn. Maybe some of us don't know. Being an ambassador gave me the opportunity to have access to LinkedIn Learning free of charge because I'm an ambassador. That's second. Apart from some of these benefits, there is swag, like I mentioned. Apart from these benefits, being an ambassador on campus where you are, going into an office and mentioning your name and then adding, I am a Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador. Once you mention Microsoft, the person will drop whatever he or she is doing and listen to you. I'm telling
Yes.
you. So it will give you the opportunity to enter anywhere you want. It will give you this confidence. Like if you're moving on the road on campus and someone knows that this person is an ambassador, you'll be like, Omo, this guy don't go far. Even if say you are just starting out. But for the fact that you have that title, Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador, it elevates you to some kind of level above every other person beside you.
Hi, David. Sorry to cut you off. Someone said you are not audible enough. Hi, Shebi Otimo. Can you hear him clearly now? Please
Can you hear me
drop a
now?
chat in the chat box or react if you can hear him clearly. No, he
Yes,
said
I
she
can.
said
Yes, I
yes.
can.
maybe it's our network or the network because I can hear David clearly here.
Oh, okay. Can go on, David. Thank you.
All right. So currently, what I'm working on as an ambassador is because in my school we are about we are receiving new ambassadors now, and before now we are like 15, and out of that, up to eight out of the 15 are from my class in particular. That was my classmates, 8 of them. So now we are trying to expand the community to other schools within my state. That's Enugu State. So it gave me the opportunity to reach out to the vice chancellor of different schools. So once you send out a letter and you have a signature and an email address, the signature bears that you are an ambassador from Microsoft, and it has a special email address where they can reply to. So it will give you this, nothing will make them not to read whatever you are going to send, or to maybe grant whatever request you have, if it's possible anyway. So I've been able to reach out to several schools, universities, their vice chancellor in particular. So this will give you the it will give you this edge that once you enter an office, you want to get anything done because you're an ambassador, because you have that title, Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador. It makes everything much easier for you, because you can check if 2 persons we are to enter an office, and this one we say, let's say your classmate now, you enter the office and you mention your name, I'm from this department. The other person who is an ambassador will enter, mention his name, and say, I'm a Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador. They will most likely want to listen to the other person first before you. Or even if both of you are coming for the same thing, they will most likely give you preference because of your status. I think I would hold it here. If I remember more, I will talk more. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that, David. Over to you, Panchak.
All right. So, I know that a lot of student ambassadors don't do this when they get on the program. So when I got when I got into the program, first thing I did was I read through the entire. There's that when you're beginning your onboarding, there's that what's it called, that they give you, and you read a lot. You're reading,
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things I got to notice when I was reading that, which a lot of student ambassadors don't know, of course, is that when you are about to Japan as a student ambassador, it's actually easier for you.
Oh wow.
Um,
I didn't know
yeah.
that.
Yeah, you see. So there's like points for you when you want to get a visa or something. Or even though getting a visa is hard, but just being a student ambassador, a Microsoft student ambassador, will give you an advantage when you go to look for your visa. So people don't know that. So you had to read.
Sorry, is that from the handbook?
No, not from the handbook. When you got on board, when you get onboarded, right? When there's that link from the website itself, it keeps taking you where you're filling your details and everything so that you can get access
Yeah,
to.
Yeah.
So you get to a part
I'll
where they
check
tell you
that.
to read the what's it called, this is the guidelines about the society and community and all these things. Did you can
Yeah.
remember? It was
Yeah, I
very
Yeah, I
lengthy.
understand.
remember that.
Yeah, so it
I
took me
didn't read
about an
it.
hour. Yeah, so that's why I said that most people don't read it. So it took me about an hour to read. So anytime you're applying for a visa, I don't encourage Nigerians to Japan in any case. I don't like the Japan syndrome. But anytime you're applying for a visa, you should always include that you're a Microsoft Learn student ambassador, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Keep that
the
in
same
mind.
way, being a medalist at the Olympics means that when you actually go for what's it called, to get visa, especially when you're a gold medalist in the Olympics. If you want to go to
Yeah,
anywhere in the world, they won't. Yeah, so it's something like that.
true.
Not as heavy as having a gold medal, but just let them know that you're a Microsoft. It just there's a way. They it really helps, right? Someone is saying Japan, so I'm stop talking about Japan in any case. So I know how everybody's ears is now primed that we talk about Japan and everything. So, but that serves as an advantage. So that's one of the benefits. Apart from that, I got licenses that were free. M365 comes naturally free to every student ambassador, but I have 2 laptops and they're all fully licensed for Microsoft Online. What's it called? For Windows. So all my Windows are licensed, right? So those are the benefits you get, right? And the sweet fact is good for me. Oh, sorry to say it, but I like rubbing it in people's faces and say, look, I have this license and I can't give you because Microsoft will not allow me. That's the way it just it's just really about me showing off, but that's just on a lighter note. But that's the whole idea at the end of the day. Microsoft won't actually allow you give some of the license they give you for free out there. That's the honest truth. But you as an ambassador get to enjoy that. Now that my ambassadorship is coming to an end, I'm just looking back at my life and I'm wondering how can I get these benefits? People don't even know. Before now, before most of these ambassadors came, all the Microsoft fundamental certifications you write were free. They literally gave you a voucher on what's called um this cloud skill up or something.
Yeah, 300.
You have holding
Yeah.
an event without doing anything, you will just get it directly. Like literally, I have a friend who is a gold ambassador now who has about 8 fundamental certifications or so. I think the only one he hasn't written is Microsoft 365. So it was at that period that he wrote it, based on that. So the benefits have changed. I mean, business times are hard, but there are a
Yeah.
lot of benefits. If you're wise enough to leverage on it, I always tell people when you're in the Microsoft Student Ambassador, first thing you should do is get to know. So I'll just wrap this up with a story, like, right? So apart from that, that's one of the major benefits that even student ambassadors themselves don't know they have. That's the JAPA thing, licenses and everything. I have what's it called? LinkedIn Learning Premium. I have LinkedIn Premium, which actually allows me to have LinkedIn Learning. Now, LinkedIn Learning, I told one of my friends, is the best thing that's happened to me, literally, right? And I have my reasons for that. People don't even leverage on people. Most people on this call don't have LinkedIn Learning. And if you're really looking at LinkedIn Learning closely, there are a lot of things for you to learn on LinkedIn Learning. Now, if you're to get LinkedIn Premium, it will cost you, I think, about $67 a month. So calculate
Yeah.
that in a year. Then I was given
Yes,
that
I
for
get
an entire year. You understand?
We're
So
enjoying.
yeah, so when people, and sometimes if they send swags to you, try to use the I'm not telling Robbie how to get Windows license, so but it's one of those at the advantage of community. So the Windows, I'm telling you this because within Microsoft community, there's community. That's what I like telling people.
exactly.
So
Yeah,
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 the new
yeah.
Microsoft community. So it was through the inner community that I got to know how to get licensed. But in any case, someone just alerted me that he was actually on this call. So in any case, it's one of those things. So LinkedIn Premium, you get to have free courses taught by professionals. I came
Mm.
across a course that was taught by a professor that was a specialist in just fonts because I'm also a graphic designer. So she had a course that was just on fonts, right? And she was a professor in fonts. And she has been a professor
Wow.
for about close to 20 years. So when I say
Wow.
that you're having professionals, most of the people that teach courses on LinkedIn Learning have gray hair, like serious gray hair. I don't know if that will really make the
Honestly.
point for you
Yeah,
to
yeah, they
understand.
do.
So you're not learning cheap things. You're learning deep inner circle secrets that understand these kind of things. People that
Yeah.
normally, I think one of the guys whose course I was learning on LinkedIn Learning says that he charges I think yeah they come. I think he charges how much? I think it's about per hour for him to design a logo for you. He was charging close to saying, maybe is it $1,000 or so. So to just show you that that guy is actually a professional. So that's LinkedIn Learning for you. And the earlier days when you get GitHub Student Pack, GitHub Student Pack gives you a hosting platform that you can host a website for free for a year. Then I also got Canva Pro for a year. It expired, I think, in July or so. So there are a lot of benefits, right? You have to be very, very smart about your going about. See, We will still do the same Microsoft Student Ambassador, go about the same amount of years. By the time I'm done, my life will be far much different than you because I've learned how to leverage on things. Till today, the only regret I have of not leveraging just one benefit about the Microsoft Student Ambassadorship Program, one regret I have was those certifications that were fundamentals. To this day, I still regret it. And any opportunity that comes for me to get a voucher, I'm not joking, like, that kind of thing. Like, you guys are considered first, right? I don't know how to really put it. I should actually really hit on this point when next I'm given an opportunity so that I don't take up much of the time.
Hi, Panchak. Oh, thank you so much for that, Panchak. See, people are hearing now. They're hearing the advantages of active participation in a community. I dropped a message on the chat box. Please, if you are from Unilorian, kindly signify, please. Let's know our people. Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes, yes. Loud and clear.
Okay, only one person raised their hand.
Yeah, so I wanted to respond to something in the chat.
Yeah, can go
Someone
on.
said, but you wouldn't have gotten that from the inner community if you hadn't been in the outer community. So the truth is,
Exactly.
people that are active in a community know themselves. And they are, whether you like it or not, they just know themselves. They've connected somehow behind the door. That's how I got to know David here. David was active on his own end, I was a bit active on my own end, and then we connected. We did a couple of things together, and it was a pleasure actually working with him. I will always say it. So that's how the thing is. So active community members get to connect with active community members, and then get to share the inner community benefits that people don't know.
Okay.
So
Okay,
yeah.
thank you. Thank you for talking about that active membership. How do you become active in a community? I think that's my question. Because I myself, I'm still like struggling with that. So how do you become active in a community? How do you connect with other community members?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me being active. I think a lot of people will see this as something. A lot of people see it as, how do I put it? They see it as a task. Like you have to be active in this community. The way I see it myself, I don't see it as a task. I see it as I'm having fun with friends from different universities. So if you see it as fun, you won't attach effort to whatever you are going to do within the community. So let's assume someone shared a joke on the platform. Nothing stops you from adding one or two things to the joke so that the community will be lively a bit. Someone will laugh. If someone shares, maybe ask a question, maybe you don't know about it, but just add one or two comments to whatever the person dropped. You mustn't add anyway, but if you have to, just try. Don't do it as if you are forced to do something in the community. Like do it having fun. Even as sometimes it's actually good to maybe drop a joke, drop a meme, drop stickers. All these things contribute to making a community very, very lively. It doesn't have to be something very, very formal before you can see yourself as being active. So that's it.
Thank you. Thank you for that, David. Over to you, Panchak. Hi, Panchak, are you there?
Yeah, I'm actually here. So I think everybody could drop their hands. I think if
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
yeah. So
Thank you,
what
everyone.
was the question again? Sorry. I lost that train of thought.
How do you become
So yeah,
an active community member? Like, what are the things you have to do? How do you connect with other community members? Because being
so
active in a community can be a hassle sometimes. So, what are some of the tips you have for us?
the thing I feel is that one thing you find in common with all active community members is that they really embrace this thing as a personality for them. You know, I am a Microsoft Lens student ambassador. Like they've embraced that, understand. Um, I think you just really need to embrace it first, You've
Mm,
gotten in, this is your space. You are not inferior to anybody. People really think that when you come into it, you should have a prerequisite level of this, and that, When we got into the ambassadorship program first, yeah, but also, I'm fine. So when we got into sorry for that. So when we got into the program
okay.
for the very first time, yeah, um, we saw a lot of people that had credentials that were very, very intimidating, right? I'll even mention one now. I don't know if it's on the call. Ahmed Babatunde was Ahmed, Osinachi.
Yeah.
Those are the top guys. I mean, these are people that have done things, gone places, They were really, really into the Microsoft thing, right? And everybody has his own way of being active within the community, But I haven't been active on the group recently, but it's about engagement, really, when you just connect. So people want to just connect with the ambassadors that are the top guns or all those kind of things. But no, I just feel you should just connect with your people. These are your peers, right? I have a friend from India who is a fellow ambassador. I can say a couple of friends. I have one in Pakistan, I just feel that these are my
Mm,
people. And as David said, he says about having fun. He doesn't see it as a tax, and that's true. For me, like being on this call, it's like a pleasure. You understand that kind of thing. It's not a waste of
yeah.
my time. I'm here and I'm enjoying myself. I'm connecting with people. Some I may never see physically. I got to see some physically when we went for an event. I just got back yesterday.
Mm,
And of course, you trust MLSA. When they saw me, they started whining me. The way oh God, I felt like running.
yeah.
Yeah. So we just really had fun. We started gisting. I met Victor. I met Jamil. I met Rohimat, who is actually on this call. Most of them are from Mina. And so we met at the event. I met Gift Ahmed, who's actually also the MLSA. We got to connect, and it was just fun, because you just feel like, okay, these are your people. Do you understand that kind of thing? I met Pius Oluwadari. I mean, if you see Pius and I, sometimes you think we've known ourselves for a very long time. So it was just fun.
Mm,
And I understand that for people in this generation, we have issues with connecting people socially, right? It's just
mhm.
something, so people don't realize that social skills is a skill. You have to
Yeah.
build it over time. You understand? Just have to know how I feel I'm actually still poor with my social skills. There's still a lot of learning, but it's a skill as well. It's not something that anybody. Some people are naturally have the natural tendencies, But you have to understand that I don't really believe that you would want to be an introvert on this program, right? And you can find your own way of being an active member of the community. You understand? So if, for instance, you're not really a talker, when people have events, sometimes you could reach out to someone. Oh, I'm a graphic designer. This is what I can do. This is where I can help. Oh, I like the fact that you're doing this event. Can I help you publicize? Do you understand? Basically, just
Yeah.
connect with friends. That's the way you become active. Before I became a Microsoft Student Ambassador, I'll use this story to just make my point. David has actually met my community lead. Her name is So David had met my community lead. So what happened was that when after she finished the first event, the first Microsoft event in my city, I reached out to her because we were on the same group on Telegram. She didn't reply my messages for like about a week or two. And one day she just replied. She was like, okay, let's meet. So I picked one other friend of mine whom funny enough, all the ambassadors, the first set of ambassadors in my city we're actually at that event. So we went there, then we began to discuss. Then we were like, okay, we'll host this very first event in my school. That time I didn't even know that student ambassador was a thing. To be very honest, I just wanted to host the event because I really enjoyed the event, and I just wanted to host it. So she like,
Mm,
okay. Then we began, and that was how we hosted the very first global power platform bootcamp in my city. You know, that's a story for another day, how challenging it was and everything.
yeah.
Then after that, she now connected and said, okay, she has now connected with Jaflet. And Jaflet, I think that time just left the program, so we got connected with Jaflet and started talking about the ambassadorship program. I really didn't know anything about it. Just know that, yeah, this was it. We got into the program. I didn't even celebrate that much. It just felt nice. And one other thing about community is that all of us applied at the same time, the three of us. So we made our videos. We talked about making our videos in one particular room, right? So truly, when it is fun for you, right? When you're going to go and meet a friend to plan an event, there's a way it's just completely different. Do you
Yeah,
understand?
yeah.
So being active somehow is also about having friends. How do you become an active community member? Just do your thing, be good at what you do. I think basically
Mm,
that's it. Just find a track, find people there, find a friend, and just connect.
yeah. Thank you very much for that, Panchak. Thank you so much. I've learned from it too. So guys, let's just be friends. I feel like if there is that connect, and then there won't be a connection if we don't get to interact with each other. People do not become friends overnight. These kind of things build over time. So let's just all try to like interact with each other. If anything is being posted on the group, let's engage with that person's post. And one more thing, I think one thing that also foster engagement on group is sharing your work. When you share the things you do, from there you can see someone who is doing something similar, or not even something similar. Someone might be interested, or someone might be intrigued with that thing you did. Can you please mute yourself? Call you. Okay, thank you. So as I was saying, when you post the things you do, the things you've built, whatever projects you're currently working on, or whatever projects you've completed, when you post things like that, from there you can see people who are doing something similar, or you see someone who is doing, or you see someone who is interested, or someone who is intrigued by that thing you've just done. From there you start talking, and then that connection and that relationship starts building. So that is one thing. Thank you so much, Panshak and David, for all you said. Have learned a lot, and I'm very sure everyone here has learned one or two. So I think now I would like to talk about a few things that the MLSA community Uniloring has. How are you? Please mute yourself. Thank you. Right. Okay, so I would just like to discuss a few things that the MLSA Unilearning has got in store for its members. So you all should just sit and relax because we have a lot of opportunities and we have a lot of events coming up. And I would just like you all to just engage when things are being said on the group. Please and please, let's try to like engage each other. Like we said, we are friends, we are family here. So let's act like one. We have a series of events coming up. I think this month, after this event, we have another one coming before the end of the month, and that one is about machine learning, and it's an hands-on kind of thing. So I think that will be like really interesting. And we have, for those that are not ambassadors, that would still like to like um benefits from being part of the community. I think there are like we are trying to host this developers kind of events where everyone would at least have access to Microsoft 365, and we have cloud skill events coming up where you can learn a thing or two about any sort of tech stack or any sort of tech related topics that you are interested in. So I feel those are some of just the things that we are planning to post and do. And we can't do them without you, because I cannot plan and host an event and I'll be the only one there. We still need you guys, to come, engage, and do those type of things. And we're a community, and everyone here is learning. That's just basically it. We're all here to learn. We're all here to, build on our skills, and that is like our number one priority. So thank you guys. And one more thing before we round up, does anyone have any question? Probably anything that is not clear about being a community member, anything, any question, please feel free to all right, you can unmute yourself, Shebutimo. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Right. So thanks very much for this wonderful and eye-opening program. So actually,
Pleasure.
I've been in the community for a while now. So and I joined a time when I've not been a student of Illinois yet. So I was
Okay.
still an aspirant then, but now it's fresher. So I would like to know the requirements for for applying as an ambassador. Like I'm very sure it requires having a tech skill, which I actually do have. And then the
Okay.
other requirements like the application stages and stuff. And also in the file you posted in the group, so I could see that um let me say levels to the ambassadors. I could see better ambassador and the stuff.
Yeah.
So I would like to know are there some tasks apart from being active in the community that are required of every ambassador to be able to be promoted to another level and all stuff. So I would really like to know. Thank you very much.
Okay, I will just say a few things and I will pass the mic to my guys in the house. That's Panshak to answer the question better. But yes, you have a tech skill. That is like very good. I mean, so one more thing. When I was applying, one thing someone told me is just to have a sense of leadership. Yeah. So that's just it. When you have a sense of leadership, because that's like the most important thing. Because being an ambassador means you get to be a team lead, you get to host events, you get to plan things. So there have to be that sense of leadership there. And as per the application process, there are a couple of things that you have to do. You have to, I think you write 2 essays, if not 3 now, and then you make a video. Those are just like the 3 things that you need to do, like for your application process. And another thing, we are planning on hosting a mentorship program on how to get, people into the ambassadors program. So soon, we'll plan stuff and then we'll let you know how you can we'll help you with your application process. But Pansha, please, you have anything that you'd like to add to what I've just said regarding his question? Hi, Pansha, are you there? I can't think. I don't think you can hear me. But Amadulati, please, did I answer your question?
Yes, about the levels to the ambassador, the better
Oh,
ambassador
right.
requirement.
There are three levels. We have the alpha, the beta, and then the gold, which is like the highest rank of all. So the things it takes to advance from alpha to beta, then from beta to gold. So once you get into advance to alpha, you have to complete a learning path on the Microsoft Learn page, any learning part of your choice, you pick that. So let's say you're a data analyst, you are a software engineer, you get to pick any part that is relating to your field to do. And then what else? I think that's for alpha. And then after alpha, to move to beta, you need to host an event and then you need to complete your technical onboarding. And then from beta to get to gold, I'm not so sure about that yet because I've not gotten into gold. But according to what I've heard from people in good, they said it's quite simple. I don't know yet. So for goal, you just need to be more active, plan events and just be present. I think that is just it. But Panshak is in good already, so I think we would have more to say from going from beta to good. Hi, Panshak.
I'm tempted to say that it is for people that within the community. But as people always ask me, how do I get to go? I'll just say that within the handbook, it's not hidden, right? So
Mm.
I think you should always cultivate, let me use the word, the habit of just doing some reading yourself, just wake up, just ask your like what's here. Sometimes it's the MLSA program can be like you're in a house and there are just doors sometimes, sometimes you have to ask yourself what's behind this door. And but literally just really cover the width, the breadth, and everything that has to do within the program, and you uncover some shocking things sometimes. But in any case, going from beta to gold, of course, the requirements are clearly spelled out in the handbook. I always tell people that when they reach out to me, just go and read the handbook. It's not really magic, and of course, it's competitive, so you really need to have something that will give you an edge. And usually, what disqualifies people from being gold is the fact that you don't have certifications. So having certifications is one
Mm.
of the requirements, one of the things that is almost mandatory for you to become a gold student ambassador. And when you're actually either nominating yourself or being nominated, you have to explicitly state the things you have done that actually serves as an advantage to you. You get. So it's one of those things really. So be getting to go, you just are going to do a lot of activities. Now, the real question I asked to myself was not really how to get to go, even though
Mm.
somehow when the gold application came in, I had doubts. When I came, I was really, really happy. I was elated. It was obvious on the group. I was just really putting in everyone's face, and I'm sorry for that. But yeah. So what I really ask myself is what next? People see gold as the end, but that's not it. It should always be about what's next after this milestone. What's next? Going from alpha to beta can happen in less than a month.
Yeah.
So that, yeah, but going from beta to gold will be, and you have to be within the program for at least a year. And it has to also have to mention that you must not be graduating anything within 6 months, right? So there has to be a gap between the point where you're going to come into the gold program. Ahmad said that diamond is next. I really don't know. So in any case, there should be something that would what was Ahmed made me lose the train of thought. You see, people that are cracking jokes as I was presenting. You see all this kind of. So what was I
Oh my
saying,
God.
this?
Yeah, yeah. Talking about what next after good should not always be about that milestone. Like, what is next?
Yeah. So so what next is diamond. I think I'll just end it here. But in any case, in any case, getting to gold is just crazy spelled out. So within 6 months, so when you're getting into the program, when you're getting into gold, when you are aiming for it, you should actually know, because they actually pick goals within every 6 months, so that's twice a year. Unlike people getting to the program that's 4 times a year, right? So
Yeah.
you have to know, okay, when am I graduating? Then calculate, okay, after a year, what class will I be? Then how long will it take me? Just do the simple math. Then I think
Yeah.
so within that period of that time, you're from beta to go, post a number of events, just be
Mm-hmm.
out there, check teams out, try to participate in a lot of things. I also just go through I've participated in the Imagine Cup, even though I didn't really go for, but I attempted, so really,
Yeah.
really try a lot of things. As the agile development process, as they call it, they say fail fast so that you can actually improve, you iterate over your failure, you know.
Thank you very much, Sir. Latifia, who raising your hand up. Do you have any questions? Please unmute yourself if you have questions.
Yes, good afternoon or good evening, wherever we are
Good evening.
calling from. Thank you, Zeno. Thank you, Panchak, and thank you, David, for the session. I really appreciate this time. Actually, I joined Microsoft and Ambassador when I'm about to, as you know, after my undergraduate, so the group. So my question is, as far as Microsoft Learn Studio Ambassador is really specifically to current students. So what's the advice, Mrs. Banshak, we attend to the question like, what's the package for someone who is not presently a student?
Okay, so if I get your question right, you're saying that you're not a student, but you still want to see how you participate actively, right?
Yes.
So first question I'll ask is there any specific Microsoft technology that is your base, like you're good at or anything?
Data analysis.
Data analysis. So you use Excel and Power BI.
Excel, Power BI, spreadsheet. I'm presently learning through DSN, a scholarship on data camp. Then
Wow. So
SQL.
yes, so you should actually I think the next thing for people who are not students is the Microsoft MVP. And for you to become an MVP, it doesn't take should I say it actually is more demanding than becoming an MLSA. An MLSA, they need you to just do at least one event or just be active in a community, then sell yourself. That's just the whole idea of getting into the program. But for people that are not students, becoming an MVP will be the thing for you. MVP stands for Most Valuable Professional. So Microsoft Student Ambassadors are MVPs, basically, but we're just students. So they get benefits as well and a lot of things. They get as much benefit as we do. So that will be the thing for you. So your question will be, how do I become an MVP? And you're going to have to, for I think from now and maybe the next 12 months, you're going to have to host at least one Microsoft event a month and also have published content on Microsoft online, then get an MVP to nominate you. So you now understand why I said it's not as easy as becoming a student ambassador, but that's it. And if you're really, really going for it, then that would be cool.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I've actually participated in one of the Microsoft AI Challenge, attend a community program online. Yeah, before. Thank you very much for the information.
You're welcome, Latif. So I don't know if my friend Chris is actually on the call. Let me check. I think being an MVP will do him well. So yeah, in any case, but that's it. That's the answer to it. So Zainab, over to you. Hello, Zainab.
You
Guys,
guys
can
will
you
not
hear
believe
me?
it. But I'm muted. I bet I was muted and I was talking.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Okay. As I was saying, I said thank you very much, Panshak and David. I did not expect this event to be this interesting and insightful. But I've learned a lot from you two, and I'm sure our attendees have learned a lot as well. So does anyone have any other
Great,
questions
yeah.
before we round up the session? Questions. Okay, so how we take that as a no. So
There's a
thank you
question.
guys.
There's a question in the chat box. Someone is asking, is application to becoming an ambassador always open throughout the year, or are there a specific time when the Okay.
But I think already. Okay, you can
Application
answer
is
that.
application is open all year round, so you can send applications whenever you want. But they
Yeah.
accept they send out acceptance email 4 times in a year.
Quarterly.
I think
Yeah.
now it's more than 4 times anyway.
Oh,
Because
really?
some people will be accepted by November 30th.
Yeah.
So I think they are making it more often than before.
Oh, okay, okay. Thank you very much, David, for that. Thank you very much. So in the absence of no questions, I think we have come to the end of this insightful, interesting, and exciting session. So you guys, let's keep the community spirit ongoing. Let's take it to the group and let other people that are not here know that okay, oh, some things have changed. We are coming, we are coming, and we are engaging, and we are
Yeah. So
talking to each
I think
other.
I'll be sharing.
Hi, Panshak, I can hear you.
Um,
I didn't get that, Panshak.
I said I'll be sharing the link to my Twitter on the chat so that we could connect.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I believe that people might have questions later on and all those things. So anybody who could have access to the chats, just connect with me on Twitter. I don't want to start going to any process to. So let's just connect on Twitter, and
Yeah.
I think that would. Zainab, I would say you did a great job actually hosting this. It is insightful. Usually we gather to discuss technology, but it's good to gather to discuss what's actually at the core of it all, which is community. So you have done a great job.
Thank you.
And to my respectable guy, my senior man, David, it's actually it's a pleasure once again doing this with you. And I hope to do more. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Panshak, for sharing with us. Let me just say that because I don't even know what to say. Thank you, Panshak. And as for me, if you want to connect with me, I'm always on the WhatsApp group. You can always DM me. Don't worry. You will not be one by the time I start texting, I start disturbing the community. But anyways, you can connect with me on Twitter right there. That is a link to my profile. If you have any more questions, please feel free to text any of us, and we'll surely attend to you. So let's keep the spirit alive and let's just take it to the group. Thank you, everyone. I'll be ending the call now. Thank you for sticking with us. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So on this note, I'm going to. You want another one by night? I don't know where Franshak and David will host another one. Yeah. All right. So moving on to other things. Thank you, guys. I'm going to stop recording now. Right. Okay.